Ohio. We're high on Ohio. These stories inform and inspire through the words of people who make Ohio home. Good news and good ideas, identifying and acknowledging the excellence that is all around us. You're now getting beyond just Ohio. And tell us a little bit about your organization here in Ohio called Opportunity Ohio, but your other venture that you've also gotten involved in a little bit.
Yeah, so we started Opportunity Ohio about a little over a year ago, which is a new free market think tank to get out there and make sure that we've got good tax policy, good jobs economy policies, good government policies. And so we've been out there fighting fights on the severance tax proposal that Governor Kasich has wanted to put out there, on Medicaid expansion, on providing school levy information to voters so they can make good decisions when it comes to raising taxes. So we've been in the trenches doing that work now for over a year. I think we produced 65 plus pieces in our first year of operation, which was a great year for us, frankly. The other organization, the Liberty Foundation of America, is a national group, and that group goes in and, as we call it, the last 3 feet, when there is a policy battle going on in the state, Ohio on Medicaid expansion, Michigan Medicaid expansion, Pennsylvania Medicaid expansion. We come in there and we work with a local group like Opportunity Ohio on bringing a different way of thinking. How can you continue to educate policymakers, educate the public, and win the issue? And so, but we come up with ideas that we think will be outside of the box thinking that kind of change the debate. And we've been very successful so far in the 8 states where we've been doing Medicaid battles. So far, we're 6 of 8, which we feel pretty good about.
Yeah, you brought up the changing the debate and all that. Let me ask this question then. You and I get along. We don't agree on everything,
right.
But when there's a certain amount of respect, well, at least from my part to you. Some days I'll wonder about you then. Okay?
Come on now, Gene.
I know. But the question is, all right, so why is that increasingly rare in the public discourse? And you see so many times people, they just, the spittle's coming out of their mouth, and we're not able to develop a consensus on how we should move because people don't talk to each other, they're talking at each other. What do you think's promoting all that?
Well, because I think they're speaking sound bites to their bases, and you and I are having a conversation about what we think is best for Ohio, right? And I think that's why you and I get along. I think that's why John Begala of Community Solutions. I mean, John and I probably don't see eye to eye on many issues, but I would love spending time with John, and we have great conversations over things. Those are the types of conversations you can have because we're not trying to do talking points, right? I mean, that's one of the frustrations I have when I go on all the television shows that you and I have been on before is when you go on with what I consider the partisan hacks, they're just reading from their DNC or RNC talking points, and to me that's just useless because it's not about talking points. This is about let's come to the best decision for the state of Ohio so that we can be a thriving state that the young stay in. That attracts companies, that lets us grow, so that when my 6th generation son, who's a 6th generation Ohioan, doesn't head down to Austin, Texas, he stays here in Ohio and makes sure there's a 7th generation